minutes. I bring him on here so he can answer your guys' financial questions. What most of you guys need is financial help. So I bring Bill on here so you guys can ask your questions. Do I pay your commission as a buyer? No, we ask the seller to pay your commission. Now, there are certain situations where if I can get the seller to give you $10,000, if you pay 1% of the commission, then guess what? You're going to pay the commission. Because if my commission is less than $10,000, I'm making you money. Do you understand? Yeah, but for the most part, the seller pays the commission, okay?
Master negotiator right here.
I'm very good at negotiating. Can I get rid of mortgage insurance?
Yes, you can. So if it's a conventional mortgage and you get to an 80% loan to value or have a 20% equity position, I would call the mortgage company that you make your payment to and ask them what you need to do to go through the process. But it can be removed.
Yeah, there you go. Easy peasy. Look at that. Word of advice, people, listen to these two. Yeah, we're very good. We're very good. Like really, really good. All right? Guys, ask your financial questions to Bill, lending questions to Bill. Thank you, SoCal Real Estate. If you guys have questions about credit, financing, all that stuff, loans, this is the chance. Can anyone afford to get their new house insured with all the new rates? I mean, are you in California? No. If you're in California, move. I'm just being real.
I mean, Nevada, honestly, there's not a lot of like natural disasters that happen here. So the insurance is a lot less, certainly, than California.
100%. 100%.
We don't have, there's nothing to burn down here, right? There's no vegetation. There's no
earthquakes.
There's earthquakes, barely.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyways.
Wind. We got wind.
We have wind.
We got wind.
We got a little wind.
Yep. Guys, this is your chance. I have Bill on the live. So ask your real estate questions. It could be financial. It could be, see, this is the problem with our numbers not getting off to a good, so if I had the screen behind me and they saw the whole class, it would be different. Yeah. But does having a documented rental history and must when qualifying for a mortgage? Does what? Repeat that question, Jesse. Janae, what are you talking about? Are there programs? You guys got to be more specific, okay? We're going to answer all your questions, but you guys have to be specific.
If you are a renter, we will basically get a rental verification that you've made your rent payment on time.
I'm looking to buy 2 rental properties. Any ideas? Yeah, fill out the real estate form in my bio so I can walk you through the most valuable places to buy based on your price range. I won't give that information away publicly because I've done that before and then people just take my information and go buy properties without me, and it's stupid. How much house can I afford with combined income of $225,000 a year? Jens, this is a lender sitting next to you. Guess what? We're going to need more than just what you make. We're going to need your monthly debts, your monthly spending. All of that stuff factors in. We need to know what you can afford after you pay your debt. So, Jens, if you are legitimately asking, this is Bill.
Go to bill.gaylord.com. In general, if you take approximately 50% of your income, that's how much you can afford each month on all debt. House, cars, credit cards, student loans, that kind of thing.
There you go. So let me just give you a rough understanding of this, ma'am. Let's say you have $225,000 a year, which means you're pulling about $20,000 a month in income, okay? Half of that is $10,000, which means you can put $10,000 towards your mortgage, your car payments, all that kind of stuff. If you have $5,000, you can buy a house in like the $600,000, $700,000 range. So it just depends on how much you want to spend on your mortgage, but you're qualified for a lot.
Yes.
All right?
With good credit.
How come some credit card debt, what is my best interest rate to get there paid off? Have some credit card debt. What is my best interest rate to get? What's the best way to get that? I don't know your question. Re-ask your question, sir. I don't know what you're saying. Mr. Poker 61, what's your question? Does someone need a documented rental history to get an approval for a mortgage? Hey, no, dude. We don't give a fuck about your rental history. Look, I don't give a shit if you've been evicted. If you have a 640 credit score, if you have bank statements, if you're getting pre-approved by Bill, we don't give a shit if you've been evicted from your apartment. Your apartment's stupid and we don't care. Man, I just want to rent until I decide to buy. Okay. That's stupid, but that's okay. If you want to rent, then rent. Like, I don't have any advice for you. So, like, just rent.
So 670 FICO score typically is going to be an FHA type loan.
Yeah. If you have a 670, you have the credit to buy.
Totally.
Right? If you want to rent, we're not going to talk you out of it. If you like throwing away money, if you like paying for your landlord's dreams to come true, that's fine. My landlords love when you guys love to rent. I'm happy if you're happy.
So what is the current rate at 825? There's so many factors that go into rates, but in general, go to mortgagenewsdaily.com and you can track rates. Conventional rates today are about 7.15% roughly on a 30-year fixed conventional mortgage. FHA are in the sixes, mid sixes.
FHA just went up to 6.52. It was just at like 6.3, and you guys took too long, so now it's back up. Bill just said you need a rental history. No, Bill said you need a payment history. You need a job history. You need a profession history. Let's see. Who else? I want to be the landlord. Well, then we're going to teach you how to do that. I just have some money coming in, so I was trying to wait to put that on a down payment. The longer you wait, the more expensive houses get, and you're down. Look, okay, listen. Gabrielle. I don't want to pronounce your name incorrectly. Let's just go with Gabrielle. The longer you wait to buy a home, the price increases, which means the down payment that you need increases. So you're sitting around waiting for nothing.
And if you get that money in and it's a substantial amount, you can always do what's called a recast, where you buy the house now, you get the money back in. Oh, I like that. And then what ends up happening is you can pay down the mortgage to a lower level. But I buy the house now, like he says.
Yeah, the longer you wait, the dumber it gets. What's up, Brandon? I have 32 units in Alabama. I want a 1031 into something bigger. Any advice? Yeah. Contact Bill Gaylord. Bill, do you work in Alabama?
Yes.
Yeah. Bill works in Alabama. So if you want to 1031 your units into something bigger and more profitable. So Mac Foley, let's be honest. Alabama does not have the highest equity in the country. It's not even top 25. So if you want to take your units and transition them somewhere with a higher equity gain, Bill can help you. Just go to bill.gaylord.com. Make an appointment. He will help you get there. Call me Jay. Okay, Jay, I got you, brother.
I can do loans in all 50 states.
Yep. Even if interest rates go down, the value still goes up, right? Yeah, guys, I keep teaching you guys this, and a lot of you are new, so you don't understand. Interest rates don't actually save you money, because as the interest rates go down, the cost of the house goes up. So a 7.0 interest rate on a $400,000 house is a $500,000 house if the interest rate goes down to 5%. So you're not going to save any money. You're just going to buy a more expensive house. My wife is retired from the post office. Do they have federal government assistance programs?
Basically, we would use your pension income through that.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. I'm wanting to move to the middle of Tennessee. Tired of paying rent. Hey, Bill, do you work Tennessee?
Absolutely.
Hey, Mac, we have agents in Tennessee. We have a lender who works Tennessee. So, Mac, if you want help, if you genuinely are serious, contact Bill. I have lenders in Tennessee. We can help you with this move.
bill.gaylord.com. You can schedule a time to jump on a Zoom.
When builders offer rate buy-downs, does that equate to an ARM? It really depends. Some builders are actually buying your rate down permanently. Some of them are offering an adjustable rate. You have to discuss with your agent which one it is.
A lot of them are doing a 2-1 buy down where the interest rate is lower for the first 2 years.
Yep. Rates absolutely dictate if you can afford a house or not. Yeah, we didn't disagree. We said it doesn't make it cheaper. There's a difference. Okay. Let's see. We had a good run there, Bill. Let's see. We had a good run there.
Yeah.
Jesse said he gave call about a foreclosure. Okay. From Montana, can you do loans to clean up debt? Wait, you're going to borrow money to pay off debt? Do you understand the irony of your situation?
Yes, you can. You could do a cash out refinance if you own a home and take the money out and clean up your credit.
You guys are lucky Bill is here, because if he wasn't here, I would call you stupid. But Bill's here, so I'm not going to call you stupid.
It's better. They can, the interest rate is not going to be awesome, but it's going to be way better than a lot of their other credit debt. So, and if they have the house and they have the equity, it may not be a bad idea.
What if my majority of my income is in cash tips? Are you depositing your tips in a bank so they qualify?
If you do not report them,
you sound like a stripper. Are you a stripper, Jazz?
No.
Jazz, are you a stripper? Are you an exotic dancer, Jazz? You said a majority of your income is in tips. I'm from Vegas. You don't have to lie to me. Are you an exotic dancer?
But what I would say is if you report the tips, you can use the tips, number one. Number two, if they change the laws, which Trump is trying to say no tax on tips,
Yeah.
Report tips.
Yeah.
Because you'll need that income to buy a house. And if you're not paying tax on it,
Yeah.
who cares? Make sure you report the tips.
Jazz, you need to follow Trump's legislation very closely. If the no tax on tips legislation gets passed, you need to start recording all of your tips in the bank so that they can be usable and spendable. It's what's called being seasoned, Jazz. So Jazz, definitely follow the legislation, because if they remove tax on tips, you'll be able to safely deposit all those tips without the fear of being overly taxed on them. Exotic dancers across the country should be following daily government legislation, because it is very important to you guys how your taxes are being handled. Okay, so Jazz, I understand that you don't want to deposit your tips. You probably make a lot of money in tips, and if you deposit it, you're going to get hit with a massive tax bill. This is why I also tell strippers they should vote Republican.
And I'll tell you what, that will open up home ownership to so many people in that industry.
100%.
100%.
You're going to see a lot of exotic dancers buying homes. So Jazz, stay tuned. Keep up to date with the news.
And go to your congressman and vote for it.
Yeah. If my wife's credit isn't as good as mine, will the lender use my score or her score? That's a great question. Bill's got you.
Great question. So they're going to use the middle FICO, the lowest middle FICO. So if yours is the lowest middle FICO, they will go off of that FICO score.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Adding people onto a loan is a good way to increase your approval, but understand that the way the credit score works, they're going to use your lowest middle FICO. So you may not get the credit score that you want, but you will increase your approval. All right?
In general, the conventional is all credit score driven based on mortgage insurance rates. The interest rates are credit score driven. So if you are not above 740, in my opinion, an FHA program is really going to be a pretty good program for you.
Yep. Yep. Guys, that was a good run of questions. If you guys have any other questions, get them out now. Otherwise, okay. Bro, should I still buy if I might move within the next 5 years? Yes. Why do I get that question so often? Dude, the average equity in America is around 5 to 6%. If you live in areas like Los Angeles, San Francisco, Chicago, Miami, Las Vegas, Austin, if you live in any major city, your equity is closer to 6 to 7 to 8%. So you're saying, why should I move if my house is only going to make me 40% over the next 5 years? Think about this from a perspective, okay? You buy a house for $400,000. The average equity is 6%. Over the next 5 years, your house is going to gain 30% equity. Do you know what 30% of $400,000 is? It's $120,000. So what you're saying is, Brandon, should I make $120,000 over the next 5 years, or should I keep renting and giving my money away?
And I'm going to be the other guy, right? Let's say it doesn't go up in value very much at all.
You see my face getting angrier and angrier.
You keep the house, you rent it, and every month the renter is paying down your mortgage. So you're building equity just through the renter.
Do you want to be rich or do you want to be broke?
So I would buy, and particularly 5 years.
Bill's being nice to you guys. Do you want to be rich or do you want to be stupid? There's no, seriously, I'm just being 100% honest with you. Choosing to rent when you have the option to buy is choosing to be poor. And if you choose to be poor, you're stupid. So don't be stupid. Buy a house, sell it in 5 years, make your equity, be rich, be smart. That's it. That's the answer, right? Guys, no offense. I love you guys to pieces, but some of your questions are dumb as hell. Can you get more than one FHA loan?
The only way you can do that is if you're in a market that's 100 miles away. So if you have an FHA in California and you move to Las Vegas, we're more than 100 miles away, you can get another FHA loan.
Tell them the rules of the FHA loan so they don't commit mortgage fraud.
FHA loan has to be a primary residence, 3.5% down.
There you go. Primary residence means you have to live there. You have to have your taxes and bills sent there. Okay? Yeah. There you go. We missed a couple? Yeah. Let's scroll on them. Is the mortgage rate the same if I buy in an LLC?
You cannot buy in an LLC. You have to buy as an individual. You can put it into a trust.
There you go. You guys, corporations can't be homeowners. That would open the door for some really crazy shit. Jeff Bezos would say, okay, Amazon is going to buy every home in Las Vegas for $40 billion as a corporation. And then he'll get write-offs as a corporation. And then we're all fucked.
And then we're all renting.
Yeah. So here's the problem, guys. If we open up the door for you to do something, we have to open up the door for Jeff Bezos to do something. Do you understand? So if you can buy in an LLC, Jeff Bezos can buy in his LLC, and you're fucked. You're royally fucked. Like, okay, let me explain to you guys this in a way that makes sense to you, okay? If you want to buy a $500,000 house with an LLC, 20% down investment, okay? That's $100,000. Jeff Bezos could do that 10,000 times, and it wouldn't equate to the money that he made while I was talking to you today. I need to put that in perspective. If Jeff Bezos wanted to put down $100,000 10,000 times, he's made more than that today. So he would quite literally buy every house in America under an LLC. You guys need to understand the interest rate and the rules are why Jeff Bezos can't just buy every home in America. So you guys may not like the rules, but they're protecting you from rich guys with a lot of money and really small penises. He makes like $25 million a day. If Jeff Bezos dropped $1 million on the ground, he wouldn't have the time to pick it up.
I'd pick it up.
I need us to pick it up, though.
Yeah. So an LLC cannot purchase an LLC. You can't purchase a home. You can buy a home and transfer it into a trust.
All the financing is for individuals, or you could put it into a trust. Yeah. Some people they buy it individually, and then they put it in an LLC. I wouldn't recommend that because if the mortgage company finds out that it's in an LLC, you've changed title, and they can call the note due and payable. But a lot of people do it, and they take that risk. I wouldn't recommend it, though.
It's a gamble, baby. This is Vegas.
It's a gamble.
That's the old Vegas Airbnb rule. The old rule for Airbnbs, if they caught you, it was $500. But people were making like $3,000 a month. They were like, okay, I'll pay the $500. Just charge me every month $500, and I'll make $3,000. That was the old rule.
And I saw something about buying it for 1 year is the intent. It's got to be your primary residence. It has to make sense to the underwriter. They can sniff it out if it's not going to be your primary residence. So be careful with that. And then number two, if you want to make sure you get the opportunity to have the capital gains exemption, you want to hold it for 2 years.
I smoke great,
Bill. So, Bill, let's say I get an FHA loan, but I want to buy another house and turn my FHA loan into a rental property. What do I need to do then?
So the next property I would do it in 2 years, right? To make sure you get that capital gains exemption.
Right.
If you were to sell it within 5 years. And then you would get a new conventional mortgage, number one, or you would refinance the FHA into conventional because you probably had appreciation and you got to a 20% equity, right? And then you could buy another house FHA.
But so then I can have an FHA and a conventional loan open at the
Correct.
same time.
Correct.
Should I make a trust first, then buy? If you want.
Yeah. I mean, I believe in trusts. I think they're great.
If you want, yeah. Guys, a lot of these questions are really based on your personal preference. Straight up. Do you want to put down a larger down payment? Okay. Do you want to put down a smaller down payment? Okay. Do you want an FHA loan? Okay. Like, it really just depends on you and your finances. Like, there's no okay. The universal best option is paying all cash. But how many of you have $400,000 all cash? Probably not many of you. So from there, it's just making the best financial decisions for you and your family. Also, don't be stupid as fuck and rent when you can buy. That's just dumb. As someone who grew up poor, you idiots who purposely choose to be poor make me viscerally angry. Like, you can watch my face get angry on stream because you guys are choosing to be poor when you don't have to be. And that's the dumbest shit ever. Hello, after seller accepts the offer, what's next? Like, do you want the whole thing start to finish? I can give you that. Okay. So seller accepts the offer. Next, you're going to deposit what's called an earnest money deposit into an escrow account. Earnest money is what you pay to let the seller know that you're not going to cancel. It means you have skin in the game. Okay. When we negotiate your contract, we're negotiating around the EMD, the earnest money deposit. So you're going to deposit your EMD within 2 days to an escrow account. You're going to wire the money. Then you're going to talk to your lender every day to make sure that you're doing everything correct and you're not spending too much money. We're going to inspect the house with an inspection team that usually takes 3 to 4 days. We're going to negotiate if you want roof inspections, plumbing, all that stuff, whatever. After we negotiate your repairs, Bill is going to get you an appraisal. He's going to send an appraiser to your house to tell you if the house is worth what you're paying. This typically takes, now Bill is really fast. Bill can get you the appraisal in like 5 to 7 days. Your shitty company like Navy Federal is going to take 14 days because they suck. Okay? Once you get your appraisal, if it comes in at the right price, we move on. If it comes in lower than what you paid, we negotiate. Okay? Once the inspection and the appraisal are done, are you ready for this, guys? You're going to stop spending money. You're not going to go out and buy all your furniture. You're not going to go out and buy a new TV. You're not going to go on vacation. You're not going to buy a boat. You're not going to ruin your numbers and your credit because that's how you lose your money. And I'm not going to feel bad for you. I'm going to call you stupid. And then I'm going to laugh as the seller keeps your $10,000.
And I just had a client call me up, said, Bill, there's some great President Day sales out there. Can I go buy some appliances? And I said, nope.
Nope. You can't buy shit.
Until you close.
Until you close.
Until you close, then you can do whatever you want.
Brandon, do you work with investors? Yes. I work with investors from China, Canada, California, and New York. If you would like to join my investment list, jump on the real estate form in my bio. Call me directly. I will run you down the best investments in Las Vegas based on your price range and your dedicated ROI. So all you gotta do is tell me, here's how much I want to spend, here's the ROI I'm looking for, and I will send you the best properties at that value. It's really easy. Anna says, hi, Bill.
Hey, Anna.
Uh,
I have a fan. Oh, my God.
yeah, not buying anything until I settle. I'm taking my time. If you hate money, that's fine. Again, me and Bill are not here to convince you to buy a house. Like, I don't give a shit. You want to waste money until you settle and feel comfortable? Good. If you're willing to pay for comfortability, I'm willing to let you pay for comfort. My landlords love when you guys take time and settle. They love it because that means another year of rent, another year of cash flow. So please, Mr. Sam, take all the time you need. You're getting somebody's landlord paid, and I'm grateful for you. You're keeping us in business. Do you guys understand? Renters keep us in business. The longer you rent, the more my investors get paid, the happier they are with me. So when you guys say, I'm going to take my time and settle, good. You're keeping checks in my pocket, buddy. I appreciate you. Let's see.
100% interest, basically.
What's the best way to fix and flip properties? Find a property that needs fixing, do it at the cheapest cost, then resell it for the maximum value. It's really not a complicated process. You just need the money to start. If you would like to start in Las Vegas, I can help you get started. It's not hard.
This is a really good question.
Would you recommend buying one property all cash or 5 properties financed right now? Oh, Vern. If you can buy 5 properties in Las Vegas and you have the down payment, you don't even need the cash flow right now. Real estate equity is so high and rent is going up so quickly that so Vern, let me explain this to you in a way that I think makes sense to you, okay? So you can buy $1 million house all cash. In Las Vegas, you could probably rent that out. Let's call it at the high end in Summerlin. Let's call it $6,500. If you're lucky, $7,000. Okay, that's with one property, all cash. Now, instead of taking $1 million on one property, you put $200,000 on 5 properties in the $600,000 range. These properties rent between $3,000 and $4,500. So would you rather have 5 properties renting at $3,500, $4,000, or one property renting at $7,000?
And number 2, you're basically leveraging your money to where you now have $3 million in assets, 5 homes at $600,000 versus 1 home worth $1 million.
Mike Truehill. Mike Truehill. Mike Truehill. He says Elon Musk rents. Hey, dum-dum, you're not Elon Musk. He's the smartest, richest man in the world. You're a dude on TikTok. So when you say Elon Musk rents, okay, and then what?
I bet he has a pretty nice...
And then what? Yeah, Elon Musk rents, okay. And
Elon
Jeff...
Musk
And,
probably finances his
He doesn't
car,
Yeah.
leases his car, too.
and Jeff Bezos owns over $300 million in real estate. What's your point? If you're just going to take one example, an extreme example, and use it to justify your opinion, you're essentially Fox News. You're essentially, you know what you are? You're Rachel Maddow. You are looking for one extreme outlier to justify your position. That makes you Rachel Maddow. You're a literal, like, butch lesbian. That's what you are. You're a butch lesbian. That's you. That's who you are right now. Elon Musk lives here in Austin, Texas. Yeah, because he's smart. And he moves where his taxes are appreciated. I'm a realtor in New Jersey and Pennsylvania if anybody needs help. I mean, okay. Sometimes for large businesses, renting the business comes out cheaper, easier to rent the building. You're not large businesses. You guys are people on TikTok. I'm an independent contractor. What are some of the steps I should be doing to start buying? Hold on. I'm an independent contractor. What are some of the steps I should be taking to start buying a home?
Stop writing off stuff.
How long have you been an independent contractor, sir? Mr. Brian Rodriguez, how long have you been an independent contractor?
I'm going to chime in right here.
Okay.
If you have not filed your 2024 tax returns, I would get with a mortgage lender. You can talk to me to make sure that if you do want to buy, you have enough income to support the payment that you want.
Yeah, Brian.
Because if you write everything off, you're just not going to be able to buy a house.
Yeah.
You may have to report more income than normal to buy the house that you want. So
Yeah.
before you submit for taxes, get with a lender.
Brian, please give him your website, Bill.
bill.gaylord.com.
Hey, Salvador, can you pin Bill's website to the top of the page, please? Salvador, if you're still here, can you pin Bill's website to the top of the page, please? bill.gaylord.com. Brian Rodriguez, contact him immediately before you file, before you do anything. Contact Bill so he can at least tell you where you're at and the best plan to go forward, right?
And I talk with self-employed 1099
Yep.
buyers all the time that are in this situation, and they go, how much do I need to make in order to buy a house? I say, okay, let's do the numbers.
100%. Let's see. Government is making it harder to own. People don't realize how much insurance and property taxes are. The government can't. Okay, so the best part about real estate is it's the middle class's ultimate weapon against the government. You guys blaming the government for everything shows a distinct lack of understanding and knowledge of what we're doing here. Real estate is the middle class's greatest weapon against the government because ultimately we decide what a house's value is, right? So for instance, if every person tomorrow decided to stop renting and being single and started buying houses, the value of apartment complexes and condos would go down. We control the outcome of real estate. We control the cost. The government can do whatever it wants to, but ultimately we have to buy and sell these properties. So when you say the government makes it harder, no. You being a lazy fuck makes it harder. You being single in your 30s makes it harder. You spending money on Jordans and travel and dumb shit makes it harder. The government doesn't do anything except for what you let them do. All right?
Can I say something about Texas here?
Yeah.
Okay. In all of Texas always hot? So I'm assuming a hot real estate market. I'm going to tell you right now that I do loans in Texas. I do loans here. The real estate taxes in Texas are like 3 times what they are in Nevada.
Yep.
And so it seems like the value of the house is a lot lower, but the reason is because the taxes are higher. So you're just paying for the taxes.
Yep.
Versus a home. Right?
Brian said since June 24th. Brian, contact Bill immediately so he can help you, okay?
Gotta get that number up.
Since June.
Let's
Okay.
see.
Of 24? Or, yeah, I mean, you gotta, because you have to have 2 years in the same profession, correct?
Yeah, if you've only been there June 2020 24. You
As
need
you
2
get a
more
year.
years. Yeah.
Yep. All right, guys. Does anybody have any other questions? We've gone for about 30 minutes. You guys have had some really good questions. Does anybody have any other questions before we get out of here? Post the website. Here, I'll post it. I'll pin it to the page. Here, I'll pin it to the page. Most of you just need to speak to a lender and create a financial game plan. So I'm going to pin this comment to the top of the page. Okay, guys? Oh, it won't let me pin the comment for some reason. Oh, it's because it's my comment.
Literally bill.gaylord.com.
Yeah, it's literally bill.gaylord.com, guys. It's right there. I just posted it in the chat. It's right there, okay? Contact a mortgage. They have more options. Yeah, you don't need to. He's right here. He's literally, his website's right here. You see that? His website's right here. You can contact him right here. What is a better investment? The S&P. Okay, well, Vern, now you're all over the place, brother. When you say the word better, there is no word. Better doesn't exist. It does not exist. You have to compare the S&P 500's average annual return versus what you can get from real estate. There's a reason a lot of hedge funds are moving their money. Okay, Vern, ask yourself why Jeff Bezos and BlackRock are moving so much of their financial capital into real estate. Why is Jeff Bezos supporting a real estate rental company? The answer is simple, Vern. We're running out of land. Land is the greatest investment known to man outside of female belief. So once you run out of land, there's nothing else. I own both. Good, Vern. Then you know there's no right or wrong answer. You can make money off of stocks. You can make money off of real estate. To me, real estate comes with land. So I think real estate's a better investment because we can make new companies, but we're not making new land.
Can I throw in a couple cents right here?
Sure.
So if you have a 401k, you're invested in you're invested in the stock market typically, right? So if you take that IRA, or not the IRA, 401k, and potentially use that money to buy a house, you're now leveraging that money into a house and you're getting a bigger investment than what you're going to do there. So in your 401k, if you earn 10% and you have $30,000 in there, that's $3,000 a year. If you take that $30,000 and invest it into real estate, into a $400,000 house, you're going to be making $20,000 on return on that. Now, the other thing that's great about potentially like, oh, don't rob your retirement. Guess what? If you sell your house, you have that capital gains exemption of $250,000 where you don't pay any tax. Right? You don't pay any tax on that. If you're married, it's $500,000. So if your property goes way up in value, you're not paying a lot of tax. If you take that money out when you get to retirement age and you take the money out of your 401k, guess what? You're paying income tax. So people that are trying to get into the real estate market, if they don't have enough savings and they have a 401k, in my opinion, do not be afraid to use some of that money to buy real estate.
We should tackle a topic just like that alone.
Fuck yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I talk to people all the time and they don't realize that they can actually borrow against their 401k, use that money, they pay themselves back, and they use the money to buy a house. So it's just...
the fact that you guys are getting this shit for free, the fact that 60 of you are sitting here getting this for free is crazy. This is like straight up. This is crazy work. This is crazy. Bill just. Y'all are so dumb. Y'all don't even understand. Bill just taught you guys the whole game.
Joker.
I own many properties and separate LLCs. I want to buy more. Can I get financing?
You can't get them through an LLC, but you could get more financing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like some niche products. They call them basically non-QM, non-qualified mortgage. Potentially, you could do it that way. So you can call me. I just have to understand your situation. Or go to my website, bill.gaylord.com.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Guys, do you have any more questions? It's now been about 35 minutes. Do you guys have any more questions for Bill and I? Bill can handle all financial, credit, loan, pretty much anything, as you guys can see. Dude, I bring him on this live because 99% of your guys' questions are financial. You guys have no financial guidance. You guys have no financial game plan. You guys have nobody helping you guys. You guys are out here paying off debts and credits and you don't know what you're doing, Bill will help you. What's the website?
BillGaylord.com. Gaylord as in Gaylord Fokker.
Yeah. See? Yeah.
BillGaylord.com.
He works all 50 states. Bill, I'm not going to do the bit. He works all 50 states, okay? All 50. So just yes. The answer is yes. On a refi, do they need to have a good credit score still?
I mean, I don't know what good
No,
credit
try it.
score is, but as long as your credit score
Use
is
your
above
credit card.
580 on a,
Bill and I
you
made the
get
same
FHA.
face.
But your credit karma.
But you just have to go through it.
Brandon, how many years have you been a realtor? A little under a decade now, man. It's been a fun journey. I'm very good at what I do. Can down payment assistance be used for a 203K loan for a duplex? Depends on the state and city you're in. So, for instance, in Las Vegas, no. It is a primary residence thing in Las Vegas. You must get qualified for a primary residence loan to get the down payment assistance. Now, this may be different in your city or state. What you want to do is go to HUD.gov. That's HUD.gov. That will allow you to search up all the down payment programs in your city, and you can go through them and see what you can use them for. So each city is going to have their own down payment assistance. Brandon, you're the most knowledgeable realtor I've ever met in Nevada. Yeah, that's because I actually give a shit, and I'm not just a realtor looking to scam you guys out of money. Hey, Vern, do you think I come on this live channel every day and teach you dum-dums for an hour because I care about money? Do you know how much money I waste sitting here teaching you guys for free every day? It's a lot. The answer's a lot, guys. The answer's a lot.
He's awesome. And yeah, he's not as bad as...
Angry dad at it again? Because you guys piss me the fuck off. You guys are broke on purpose. Do you know how dumb you are to be broke on purpose? They have Google. We do free classes. We do podcasts on the internet, and you guys actively choose to go look at porn and cats and fucking OnlyFans, and you watch First Take. You guys purposely choose to be broke. Why am I supposed to be happy for you? You're stupid. You're purposely choosing to be broke.
He cares. He cares 100%.
Jesus Christ. Look at my sick Jordan collection. Brother, you live in a fucking $2,000 apartment. Congratulations on your Jordan collection. Fucking idiot. Bro, look at my new fucking car. Sick, bro.
This has to be input. I gotta.
Dang, Brandon.
You ready? We good?
We're good. Thank you guys for your time. If you want to contact Bill, go to billgaylord.com. If you want to contact me, Brandon, we need to get lunch one day. Sure. Shoot, fill out the real estate form. Shoot me a text. Vern, we have to talk about business so I can write it off. So if we show up, we have to at least pretend to talk for like 5 minutes about something. Brandon, how many investment properties do you own? Well, outside of my own house, 0. I work with investors. I don't believe in investing. That's not my bag. I don't want to be anybody's landlord, right? I want people to be able to own their own homes. That's why I teach you guys. But I do work with investors who will become your landlords. So, we will talk. Cool. Yeah, Mr. Vern, reach out to me. Hit me up. I got you. Everybody else,
I got to run.
enjoy yourselves. Bye, guys.
See you guys.
That was